David, are you home?
Welcome, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. And we are coming to the end of the first Parsha of Devarim in the book of Deuteronomy. And if you look here, of course, you can see Maftir. So we're very close to the end. And let's see, chapter 3. So he is talking now, Moses, of course, in the first of a series of 3 speeches that he gives prior to his own demise. That's the way the book is set up, that in a way this is Moses' ethical will to the Jewish people. And he's going over at this point the way in which the land should be distributed, not in the way we did in Numbers, but here in referencing the commitment that the tribes of Reuven, Gad, and the half tribe of Menashe made in taking their land prior to the land being apportioned to the rest of the tribes of Israel, and that they should act as shock troops, the men. So, Rak neshechem v'tabchem umiknechem. So he says, only your wives, your children, and your cattle. And this is like a parenthetical phrase here. Yadati ki mikne rav lachem. I know that you have much cattle. Yeshvu ba'arechem. They can remain in your towns. Asher natati lachem, which I gave to them. We'll check out and see what Rashis there are, and I think we are done with the Rashis at this point for this. So, Ad asher yaniach Hashem la'achlechem rakachem, up until the Lord settles for your brothers, like you, v'yarshu gamhem, so that they also inherit et haaretz, the land, asher Adonai Elohechem noten lachem, which the Lord your God is giving lahem to them, be'ever hayadin, on the other side of the Jordan. Because of course, at this point, they're on the east side of the Jordan, and they're actually the original area of the land of Israel was going to be west of the Jordan. V'shavtem ish leroshato, and every man can return to his inheritance, asher natati lachem, which I gave to you, which I've given you. Ve'et Yehoshua, and Joshua, tziveti ba'eta lemor, and I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, Einecha haroot, your eyes which have seen et kol asher asah Hashem Elohechem, all that the Lord your God has done, performed, lishnei hamlachim ha'ele, to these 2 kings, of course referring to Sichon and Og, right, who they had been able to conquer. Ken yaseh Hashem l'chol mamlachot, so the Lord will do to all the kingdoms asher ata over shama, over to which you are crossing over. Lo tiraum, do not fear them, ki Hashem Elohechem, for the Lord your God, hu hanilcham lachem, he is the one who is battling for you. And so we come to the end of the first parsha of the book of Deuteronomy, ending on a note of hope and planning the future. So this is it for what we have in terms of the Seder of the week. And my intention now is to stop this share and to pause the recording, and then we'll stop the recording and then start once again. So before I do that, let me stop the share and ask if any of you have any questions or any comments you'd like to make about what we just did. No comments?
None.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Incidentally, the book Devarim, words, right, has a connotation to it. In fact, I saw a beautiful interpretation of its relationship to the word Dvorah, the word in Hebrew for bee, because a bee stings, it gives honey, but when it stings, it dies. And so the word Dvarim, there's also a word davar, which means like a cattle prod. And I probably have said this before in previous lessons, but the truth is that Moses has many corrections to make of the Jewish people. He is so concerned that they are going to lose faith, that they're not going to act faithfully, and as a result, ultimately, they will lose the land of Israel. They'll be thrown into exile. And with his last words, this great teacher is trying to see what he can do to ensure the future of the Jewish people. And of course, towards the end of the book, God actually instructs him to write a poem that will act as a testimony to them about this. So there's here, on the other hand, he is trying to give them a sense of future, realizing that the transition of leadership is a very sensitive time in the history of a group, and to make sure that Joshua is a worthy leader, which he will be, for the most part, 95%. Only sense in which Joshua is not is he doesn't finish the job. That's the only thing. But other than that, he is a wonderful leader. So with this, I'm going to stop this recording now. And I'm going to